Are you looking for a podcast about Thumbelina's unfortunate demise?
Well, then you must be thinking of another podcast. Oh!
Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you today?
It's the last week of the year.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, that means tomorrow's my birthday.
Ooh.
I'm already in birthday mode. I've been in birthday mode for the last 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
It's birthday time.
So what do you do?
I just get happy. I just get
Okay.
hype.
Okay.
Just think about my life. How many years I've been on this planet. My revolutions around this here sun.
And what have you come to in thinking about all that?
Just happy to be here, I guess.
Just like, well, could be somewhere else, but I'm glad where I'm at.
Maybe I'd prefer even to be somewhere else, but, still on Earth. But
Yeah.
what can you do?
Well, I've been doing okay.
Yeah?
I'm glad you're happy for your birthday, though.
Thank you.
Like, my dad does the same thing. His birthday's earlier in the month.
Yeah.
And he was all like, my birthday's on Friday, but I'm celebrating Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
So he's a birthday bitch like me.
Yeah.
I love birthday.
I guess
don't know
that's just
why.
you December people.
Maybe it is. I don't know, man. Something about December babies.
Like, you just equate it to the happiness that is Christmas, like, already,
Perhaps. It's a good time of year. Birthday time.
Yeah. I do want to tell you about something real quick. This happened, right after we recorded last time, so I've had to wait all this time.
Okay.
I, woke up and saw that Tom Cruise had yelled at some people,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, well, what's he yelling at people about? And it was
Little
about,
Tom Cruise.
COVID stuff, and I was like, ooh, Kelsey will get behind this. So, apparently, some people on Mission Impossible 7's set, they weren't following their COVID protocols very well.
Okay.
And
They coughing into each other's mouths, etc.
apparently they were both looking at a computer screen together, but I guess with no masks on.
That's not good. Too close.
And so Tom Cruise blew up on him because nobody's filming things. Nobody's making anything.
Yeah.
Really.
It's been a quiet year in Hollywood.
I mean, they're kind of doing TV shows now,
Kind of.
but I guess that's smaller productions. So it's easier to manage, but on a movie set, you got 300 people in a room all the time,
Yeah.
And he's trying to prove that a movie can be made in these times so that Hollywood will kind of allow more movies to be made.
Right.
So he was freaking out at these people because he's like, we're creating jobs that, give people food and they can have a holiday. They can have a place to live. They can have, money to eat. And you standing here with this guy, you're ruining everything.
He's not wrong.
And so I've heard some backlash about it and some good things.
Okay.
But the backlash, they're still on his side. They're just like, I just wish he hadn't yelled at him.
Okay.
Everybody's with him, but some people are like, you could have handled it nicer, Tom.
Yeah.
But, this is, real life. This is, for real stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
you should be yelled at to get in line,
I mean, if yelling makes you never ever mess up again, maybe the yelling ain't so bad.
Yeah.
I just think that people that don't wear a mask need to be yelled at once by somebody who's more official than them or smarter than them, and then they'll just put it on.
I was, at the gas station today getting some gas, right?
Yeah.
And I was just people watching, because what I do. And every time I, people watch and just watch people, out in public going into stores and stuff,
Uh-huh.
I'm always like, wow, everybody wears a mask that I see these days.
Really?
I never see a person not wearing a mask.
I still see so many that just, they don't wear a mask, or they're wearing it wrong, or they're just taking it off to, speak at somebody. And I'm like, why are you doing this?
Well, I mean, I do see a lot of people, I call them the nose hangers.
The dick nose?
That,
or just, comes out over top?
Yeah, they purposefully stick it right under their nose.
So dumb.
And then just, walk around going, just, breathing all crazy.
Yeah, people think that stuff doesn't come out of their nose. I don't know. You ever seen somebody
Yeah.
sneeze? Like, it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah. I just know that a lot of people kind of are weird about Tom Cruise, and
Yeah.
I just have loved him so much forever.
I mean, he's a bit of a weirdo, to be
But
frank.
but it's okay. It's fine.
Is
It's-
it?
I mean, everybody's a weirdo in some way.
He's quite a bit of a weirdo.
I mean, I got seasonal naked zombie pictures from my phone, okay? That's pretty weird.
That's your own brand of weird.
Yeah. But I was like, okay, this has got to be one thing that at least everybody can get on and be like, good job, Tom.
Yeah, I'm proud of him.
So, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, the movie industry is really like, I don't know, strange these days. So, like, you heard about Warner Brothers and how they're releasing all of their movies on HBO Max simultaneously as they're releasing them in theaters in 2021.
Yeah, I had to read the article because the headline kind of just stopped at simultaneously. So I was like, they're going to just put every movie out in one day?
God, could you imagine?
I was like, that is overload. But yeah, I mean, that's cool.
I like it as a consumer, but in fact, I prefer it as a consumer because I plan on staying home probably for most of 2021 also. But I hear the studios got super pissed about it because like HBO Max didn't tell them they were doing it. But I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't think so. Because it
I
says
don't think so
Warner
either.
Brothers will release, so that tells me Warner Brothers said, we'll make a deal with you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
HBO
but, like,
Max has to, like, approach them and say, hey, we'll pay you this amount of money to release them here.
Yeah, so Warner Brothers, like the directors and the studios and stuff that do business with Warner Brothers, I read a quote from, I forget who it was, but they were like, people who make these movies went to bed thinking they were a part of the biggest movie people in the business, and then they woke up knowing that they were on one of the worst streaming services in the business. I'm like, that doesn't sound, I mean, super great, but like I said, as a consumer, I'm thrilled about this because I want to see movies again.
I mean, that could make HBO Max be better now, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
With that, like, influx of Warner Brothers money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, I'm probably still not going to get HBO Max, though.
Oh, I thought you had it.
No, I don't have it.
Yeah.
What am I going to watch on it? I don't
I
want to
don't
watch yellow Looney Tune gloves. That's gross. I have Primal. There's nothing that it has to offer me.
Okay.
Now, new Space Jam, maybe you're talking.
So when is New Space Jam supposed to be out?
I didn't even know that it was really coming out anytime soon. So
Yeah,
that's kind of a surprise to me.
I think it's slated for 2021, but I don't know exactly when.
Yeah. So, I mean, I do have, like, 2 different, like, month-long trials.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just use those whenever I need to.
Yeah, so the movies are going to be streaming on HBO Max for 1 month before they, like, leave the platform.
Oh, well then, I'll probably just buy them when they come out then.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a
I'm not going to
weird-
try to watch it on this weird service.
Yeah, it's a weird, like, I don't know, cycle that they're doing. So, like, it'll go live in theaters and then be on HBO Max for a month, and then it
And then
comes
just
back
go away.
later, I guess? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how it pans out, see what people do with it.
I really want it to succeed because I want more streaming options. I want more movies at home. I don't want to have to go to the movies, like, until I get a vaccine, which is probably, summer at this point? So,
I mean, just, like, throw them on Netflix like normal people.
right.
There you go. Everybody has it.
Honestly, I'm surprised that by now Netflix hasn't taken a bigger stake in the movie market. I know that they produce quite a few movies, but, like,
Yeah.
this is their time, you know? People aren't
Yeah.
going to the movies anymore. Now Netflix... And I was thinking about this, too. So the Oscars are going to be fucking weird this year, right?
Probably.
Are they going to have the Oscars? Is Sonic the Hedgehog going to take home all of them?
Hopefully. I actually haven't read anything about it since I heard that they were going to bump it up a month or something.
Bump it up? Like, to have it sooner?
I thought so.
Why?
Let's see. No, so now it's going to be a month later.
Okay.
It's going to be on April 25th, 2021. It says, so this was on December 1st, they will hold an in-person show, but I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still just trying to figure it out. Nobody
Weird.
knows. But I mean, they were still thinking they were going to find a host literal weeks before the last one. They were like, "Yep, we're still looking for a host."
And didn't they end up with like 6 hosts or whatever? They had like a hot potato host situation.
I mean, they were kind of hostless. They just had presenters like they normally do.
Yeah, that's right. Presenters. I hate that they have somebody introduce somebody, introduce somebody, introduce somebody. Like, don't do that.
I mean, the whole point of the host was to just like stitch it all together and like keep it
Move it
entertaining,
along.
you know?
Yeah.
But nobody wants to do it because every time somebody does it, they go, "Let's go dig out an old tweet of theirs and get them ruined."
Yeah, get them canceled.
So, I mean, I haven't even really watched that many movies this year, so I'm kind of not even excited for that awards show
Yeah.
this year. Because I'll just be like, I don't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I guess we'll we'll update our listeners because usually
Yeah.
we do a big thing about the Oscars. So
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
we'll see. Well, my water heater broke.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's a nice Christmas present to me. It's fucking stupid. So like, we woke up and went to go take a shower, and the cold water was taking forever to turn into hot water. And Richard's like, "Oh, I hope the water heater isn't broken." And I was like, "Don't joke about that." And then we go to the closet where all the guts of the house are, you know.
Yeah.
Open that shit up, and it's just like full of nasty, rusting water. It was
And
horrible.
And then you turn to him and go, "Hope the water heater's not broken."
So had to call people to come out, and I was like, I hope it's just a simple repair job. But no, we had to replace the whole goddamn thing. And it was expensive, and I'm sad.
I was gonna say, like, water heaters are never like a simple fix. It's like,
No.
nope, I'm dead. I'm dead
Yeah,
now.
that's going on the credit card. So, and okay, every time a service person comes to my house, you know what they do?
What?
They let out my cat.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
Every single fucking time. So these guys come in, they're like looking in the closet, and obviously the cats are all gathering around like, "Hey, we're getting in the forbidden closet. Let's all jump in there."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Hey, we have cats. Obviously they're escape artists and they like to get into shit, so please be aware of the cats, and we'll try to put them away, but they get out."
Yeah.
And the guys were like, okay. And I was able to corral Wicket and Dee Dee into our bedroom and just like shut the door on them, but you can't like entrap Boosh in a room, so we were just trusting them to not let her into the hot water closet. We didn't
Okay.
know they were going to just like prop open the front door and leave it the fuck open.
Oh my god.
So Boosh gets out, and we didn't notice for a bit, but couldn't find her eventually, and then realized, hey, the front door is like wide fucking open, and so had to like go outside, and she was luckily just in the garden out front, like scared to death, trying to figure out how to get back inside.
So big.
Yes, there's no ceiling out here. What is this place?
God.
So got her back inside.
Thank God. That's good.
Yeah, and then today, just before recording, she disappeared on us again.
Okay.
And we didn't even open the door, and we couldn't find her anywhere. Like, we had convinced ourselves that she somehow, like, got outside in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So we opened the front door, but, like, kept the screen door closed.
Okay.
And we've been searching for her for, like, 45 minutes, just all over the house, on hands and knees. We've been, like, in the garage, like, maybe she's in the closet behind all the blankets or something, and couldn't find her. And eventually I walk back to the front door, and I just see her, like, looking outside, like, I want to go back out there.
Oh my God. You're like, where have you been?
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. Somewhere, nowhere.
Cats do that. Toast has done that so many times.
I cannot with that. I'm going to get her, like, the biggest bell to just drag her around the house, you know?
Like, find one place to hide, and I know where that spot's going to be.
Like, she has, like, a couple of spots where she normally hides, and I'll check those spots. And we checked those spots, like, 6 times today, and she wasn't there. I do not know where she was. She just appeared from the ether.
Like,
So frustrating.
Toast one time was just gone. Like, I know he was gone. I mean, it had been like you said, almost like an hour of trying to find him, right?
Yeah.
And then Taylor was going to go get some clothes so we could go outside, and she goes to grab a shirt and goes, "Oh, he's on this shelf in the closet." Like, he got into a shelf that he should have never been in.
Oh my God.
And was just asleep, like, oh, you guys are calling for me? Like, I don't care.
Dogs don't do that shit. They'll hear you call their name and they're like, I'm right here. What's up? What are we doing? You want to hang out? You want to be best friends?
You don't even need to call their name. They're usually just like, I'm behind you.
Exactly. I'm just like, I'm right breathing on your knees. I don't know why cats are like this. And she just craves the outdoors now. She's had a chance to be out there and now she's like, I want to go back. I'm an outdoor cat. Let me free.
You can't.
You can't. You're too fluffy.
Your cat's got claws, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to say, like, just let her out in the backyard, but she'll climb that fence.
Yeah, she'll be gone.
Yeah.
Fucking cats. I'm going to open this beverage.
Nice. I'll tell you about this then, too, since we're cracking stuff and getting the good vibes.
Uh-huh.
My grandma had sent me a, like, Christmas package kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she kind of, like, texted me today, and, like, I could tell she was really sad and probably, like, crying on her end.
Mm.
Like, the way she was texting, because she was like, I just found out that I sent it to the wrong address.
Oh, no.
I sent it to, like, your old apartment number, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, shit, that's gone, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'll go knock on their door tonight and just see if they say anything, because they might be like, oh yeah, we got it, but we put it back in the mailbox, you need to go to the post office, you know, something. Yeah. So we went down there tonight, knock on the door, and this guy opens up, and so that's our old apartment.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we literally moved just like to the other side of the building and then up 2 floors.
Yeah.
Knock on it, and I was like, hey man, this is going to be weird, but my grandma sent a package, and we used to live in this apartment, and she sent it to this address, so in your mail, did you happen to see, like, a big, like, padded envelope thing? And he's like, I mean, I guess. He's like, what's your names? I was like, well, I'm Robert Walls, and this is Taylor Holiday. And he goes, Taylor Holiday? I've been looking for you.
What?
And I'm like, oh, what did you do? Are you in trouble?
Uh-oh, bounty hunter.
So he goes, come on in. So he, like, lets us in, and we're both just, like, standing, like, by the front door with our masks on, just, like, we feel weird, you know?
Awkward
like,
as hell.
So, he's, like, going through stuff. He's like, oh, man, I think it's in here. And he's, like, rummaging through, like, all this mail, and he pulls out some mail for Taylor from July.
Wow.
And he goes, I tried to find you on Facebook.
What?
To say, like, hey, I got your mail, right?
Okay.
And Taylor told me later, she goes, remember I showed you that message from that guy, and it said, like, hey, I have your mail. And I said, should I look at this? And you were like, nah. And I was like, that sounds like me, because that's a weird thing to just get on Facebook.
That is.
You know? But he had this mail from her from like July of this year.
My God, that is a long time to keep somebody's mail.
Gives that to her, and then goes, oh yeah, and pulls out the envelope from my grandma and goes, yeah, that was in there like yesterday.
Oh my God.
So he gives it to us, and I'm just getting like hardcore like Good Place vibes.
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. Is Michael Rebound.
And so I got the stuff, and my grandma had handmade everybody in the family Christmas ornaments.
Aw.
So if they had been gone, that would be like a big deal to lose because it can't be replaced, you know?
Yeah.
But I have my Christmas ornament and Taylor's up on the tree now, and Grandma was very happy.
Cute.
Which leads me into another update I need to tell you about.
Okay.
I guess I'm fucking moving.
Again? What happened?
So our apartments built little yards on some of the downstairs apartments, you know?
Yeah.
I think I told you about that before.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, they just randomly built yards.
Okay.
They're like, we're going to put up little fences, and these ones have yards now. And it's weird, right? But so they have these little yards, and I had noticed that this one has been empty for so long. Like, we keep having people leave this apartment complex, and nobody's coming in.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know, like, nobody's moving right now.
Yeah.
No one's trying to, like, move around in COVID time.
Right.
But I guess when your lease was up, people are just, like, vacating, because, you know, the whole deal with apartments is you try to go to a brand new complex to stay at the same rate because they always give the people who are brand new the good rate, which is stupid.
Yes. Fucking apartments are so expensive, and they jack up the prices on you like 3 years into your lease.
Yeah. So we were looking at it, and I was like, well, the deal with this one, I said, it has a yard. And I was like, but also, it has a garage.
That's nice.
I was like, so really, we could park in the garage, you could quit paying for the covered spot, and it has like a little mini driveway out front, so whoever's not in the garage parks in the little driveway, and then we just have a place to park all the time.
Hell yeah.
So Taylor calls them, goes to look at it, and they're all like, so when we looked, it was one price. And then she called them, and it's cheaper than that now. And they go, if you want that price, though, you gotta move in, like, a week.
Oh. What?
Like, literally by next week, you need to be moving in.
Oh my god. So you're going to be doing that, like, this week?
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, no, like... So our move-in date would be the 2nd.
Okay.
But, basically, yeah.
That's a quick turnaround.
Yeah. It sucks.
Didn't you guys just move into this place?
No, we've been here for, like, 2 years.
Oh my god. Why did I think like 6 months?
I don't know. Why?
Time flies, dude. Were you moving
Jeez.
like when we started this podcast? You were, because the egg lady,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
wow.
we did like 2 months of this podcast in the old place, and then the rest of it has been up here.
Oh my god.
So now we may just be... Alright, so I told you about the mail guy, right?
Yeah.
Guy that had our mail. We were on the bottom left corner of the complex. Or this, like, one building, right?
Uh-huh.
So we moved over to the other side of the same building, but went up 2 floors. Now we might be on that same side, but just down 2 floors.
Just apartment, I don't know.
So the mission, I guess, is just live in every single apartment in this one building.
Apartment hot potato is what you're playing.
Yeah. So Jinx may have a yard, and we may have a garage. And then, because we're downstairs, I was just thinking, I mean, it's the same layout. It's the exact same. But Taylor has a different way that she wants to lay out this particular room.
Mm-hmm.
That it may make it better for podcasting. Because
nice.
now I'm like facing a window, which is why I think I get a lot of the reverberation.
Yeah.
And stuff. So she's had an idea of how to make things work that might sure up a little bit of sound.
Nice.
So it may sound better.
Hope so.
Which would be good.
Very good.
So yeah, that is a thing that got just surprise yesterday. That's when I found that out.
Well, damn.
But everything stays consistent with this, though. We actually will be doing something for our podcast pretty soon. It will not affect that in any way.
Okay.
Would you like to talk about that real quick?
Yes, I will. But first, take my hand and let's walk on over to Animal Crossing Corner.
Oh, man, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Let's dust it off in here. Sweep it
There's
out.
a lot of weeds in here.
Ooh, cobwebs. Jesus. So as you guys know, I haven't touched Animal Crossing in 6 months now. It's been a while. So we thought, what better way than to ring in the new year by doing an island clean out.
But here was the whole thing. You were going to clear out everything on your island to start anew.
Uh-huh.
But now you're thinking you don't want to start anew.
I don't know if I do or not. It's hard to say, because, like, man, Animal Crossing was, like, it was so big for, like, the first few months that it was around. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I got it, like, basically at launch and started playing it. When did it come out? Like, March?
Yeah, March.
Yeah, so I was playing it March through, like, June very, very heavily because I was going through a lot in that time, and Animal Crossing was, like, my escape.
Yeah.
So it was fun to just sit down and play, and now I kind of wonder if I got back into it, would I get back into that headspace of being, like, really, really sad again?
I don't think so, because everyone in it's so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, Animal Crossing is really what you make of it, because my first island, well, like, you would think I would have, like, some hatred towards my new one because I lost all the old stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't, because it's like, there's all these new people. It's a whole new experience.
Okay.
And I find myself still kind of, like, digging it, but it's just a new way to enjoy it, you know?
Okay.
So I think you could,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's just, do you want to?
I guess we'll see. I just worry that there's like so much happening with Animal Crossing now. Like everything, I've seen so many updates, and it feels like there's just more to do. And I don't know if I have the energy to do all the new things.
I mean, I think I think you would feel that way because you're just getting started, so you're just trying to catch up to where you were.
yeah.
But if you just played it like normal, it's really not that much more. Because
Okay.
like you can swim, but I've still swum like twice.
Okay. Yeah. I
Like, you
haven't
don't-
swam at all.
Yeah, you don't have to swim.
Okay.
I mean, that's like a totally optional thing.
yeah.
So I don't really do it.
All right,
Other
well-
than that, that's the only real update there's been. Because the events, I mean, they just come and go, like the Easter one and all that stuff. So it's like, meh, who cares?
And then there's like dream walking. I don't know what dream walking is either.
Okay, so dream walking is dumb.
Okay.
So you want to come to my island, right?
mm-hmm.
I have to be online, and then I have to open my gates, and then you come see me, right?
Yeah.
But I could just say, hey, Kelsey, my island looks really cool. You should go check it out. You can do the dream walk and just come to my island and look at it without me having to go through all the steps of letting you come to my place.
Okay. So it's like having guests over without actually having guests over.
Kind of. Like, it's a way to be like, hey, you should come check out that new thing I made, but, like, I gotta go to work, so I can't be on right now. And then you go, I'll just go check it out. And then you go look at it, and we can talk about it later, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's nothing fancy, because I was like, why would I want to go to someone's island when they're not there? so I've never done that either.
Okay.
But I don't really feel like it's any bigger. I feel like now that the hype has kind of died down on it,
Yeah.
it just feels, I mean, it's really not in the zeitgeist now,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want, I don't know if it will reach out to you as much, because before it was like you were part of something.
Yeah.
But now you would really be playing it if you just really liked it.
Right. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, so we're going to do this thing. We're going to give away every single thing on my island. I'm going to package it all up into neat little boxes and just pass it on to you guys.
Oh, wait a minute. I have to ask if you have one thing.
Okay.
Because I had something in my attic for you to come over to my island for me to show you, and then I was going to give it to you.
Oh, shit.
And then I lost my island, so I never got to
Oh.
show it to you, and or even tell you what it was.
What was it?
I made a room in my attic that was a train room.
What? Oh my god.
I had a little train, like, set that was, like, on a platform, right? So it's not like, you know, the little wooden ones on the floor.
Yeah.
It was like a little train set diorama in the middle of my attic.
Okay.
And I was going to have you come to my house and see the train room, and then I was
Oh
going
my
to give
God.
you that so that Richard could have it.
I think we have a train. I don't remember.
Okay.
There's like 4 different ones because I think it's like 4 seasons. But
Yeah.
I don't know which one we have, but I'm pretty sure we've got one.
Yeah, so that was always my plan, and then everything got screwed up. So always think about that poor train and how it was like meant for you, and then I lost it.
Oh man.
So you're going to give away all of your stuff, and we're also planning on doing this on New Year's.
Yes, on New Year's Eve. So we're going to be having a little party on the island.
Yeah, so we kind of thought we would just, I guess, all converse on Kelsey's island. She can give away some stuff. You guys can come grab things, and we would just kind of ring in the new year.
Yeah, just have a nice little yard sale buddy time. This is actually going to be a patron exclusive event because we're also going to be in voice chat, so you guys can come hang out with us.
Yeah, we kind of figured the streaming would be a little wonky.
Yeah.
I mean, there are ways to stream the Switch. It's not elegant. And I don't know. If we're all just going to be sitting there chatting in the new year, like, might as well just be chatting and just enjoying your company and not trying to focus on what you can see and all that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it'll be a nice chill hang. Nothing crazy. We're planning on starting about 10 o'clock Central Time.
Well, I feel like we do have one crazy thing.
Okay.
The giveaway.
Yes.
Black Friday came in spades this year, kind of. So I told you that I got Knives Out in the Steelbook, right?
Right.
So I bought the cool Steelbook, and I was like, ooh, cool. I've already bought that movie because I thought I'd never get the Steelbook.
Okay.
But we love the movie so much.
Right.
So I now have just the spare copy of Knives Out.
Uh-huh.
I don't need it.
What would you like to do with it?
I want to give it away.
Oh.
But then I was like, oh, damn. Now I have a spare digital copy as well.
What?
I'm going to give that away too.
Oh my goodness.
So instead of doing just one package, I figured somebody out there might actually want the physical movie.
Right.
So I will ship you the physical movie. But if you win the digital one, you can have a digital one because I know a lot of people probably just prefer that anyway. But I have a copy of Knives Out in physical, digital, and we are going to hold kind of a little raffle.
Yes.
And you guys can just like win a little swag as well as getting your digital swag.
Correct. So if you're interested in that, we're going to put up some details in our Patreon secret Discord, and there is still time for you guys to become a patron and get in on that action.
Yeah. We look forward to talking to you guys. Just
yes,
seeing what you thought of the year thus far and what you look forward to next year.
Yeah. So along the terms of that, there is this little game that I've heard of. It's called Rose, Rose, Thorn, Bud.
Okay, so I read that when you put it in the thing, and I thought that was like the cutest thing ever.
Isn't that a really, really cute little name for this game? So
I was like, I want to play.
Yeah, the way this game works is you go back and forth and you name a rose each. So a rose is going to be something that was really good for you. So something nice that happened. Then you name a thorn.
Okay.
And a thorn is going to be something that was bad, something that just totally sucked. And then you name a bud, which is something that you're hopeful for.
Okay.
So this is supposed to be like kind of a therapy game to help you with gratitude and like staying in the now and keeping hope. So yeah. I thought we could do a little rose, rose, thorn, bud together.
Who would you like to start?
I'll start with one of my roses. So okay. 2020. So this rose, rose, thorn, bud is going to be specific to 2020 as a year.
Yeah.
And one of the best things that I took away from this year is that I really strengthened my internet friendships.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of really good friends that I play Overwatch with, and it has been like pretty much just my Overwatch squad. But this year we kind of like branched out into other games. Like we've been playing a Stardew Valley farm. We just hang out and talk sometimes. Like we, exchange numbers and text each other. So it's really like before when they were an Overwatch squad, now they're like actual friends to me.
Yeah.
It's nice. I've gotten to like really know them all as people, and I feel like I've gotten a lot of good friendships out of it. And I'm just really happy and thankful that I can grow my friendships in a year as shitty and terrible and limiting as this.
Man, I feel like ours are going to be very different.
Okay, what's one of your roses?
You're like, I'm so happy for my friendships.
Well,
and I'm like, I'm just happy I completed my Marvel Steelbook collection.
I mean, that's fine. That's a rose.
I mean, that has been like a long thing of trying to find all the last ones.
Yeah, it's been an adventure for you. I know it has.
Like, I kind of never thought it would happen. I like always thought there'd be one that I just would never have.
Yeah.
But that was big when I finally got that completed. I can just be like done now.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. So that was a big rose for me. Just the ending of a big long collectible chapter.
Yeah, that's awesome. So my second rose. So I had talked on the podcast previously that I have gone mostly vegetarian. I would consider myself, I guess, a pescatarian because I still eat shrimp.
Okay.
So, I mean, I limit it. I try to eat shrimp like once a week because I don't think it's great for you to eat just a ton of shrimp all the time.
I mean, that sounds pretty good. I love shrimp.
I do too, man. I used to be like lukewarm on shrimp, but now I'm like fucking shramps.
So like shrimp. I used to be pretty much like popcorn shrimp only, like go ahead and fry it,
Yeah.
But now just like fucking just raw ass shrimp, just give it, just
No, don't eat them raw.
Just shramps is good now. I just love shrimp.
Shramps is good.
Anytime I see it somewhere, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get them shrimps.
Yeah. So
Taylor kind of swayed me on those.
shrimp is perfect. But yeah, so I've been trying to learn how to cook this year, and you gave me a cookbook for my birthday, or I guess for Christmas, which is super super awesome, and I'm very happy about it. And I'm gonna be cooking a lot out of it and sending you photos.
Yeah, well, they're just gonna replace the shrimp with beans. So
yeah, beans everywhere. But one of the main things that I've done to like try to help myself learn to cook was that I signed up for HelloFresh.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing that for the last like 6 weeks or so, and I can confidently say like 6 months ago I was not a good cook.
Okay.
I was bad at everything. And now, after having done HelloFresh, this is in no way an advertisement, not sponsored, just passionate. I feel like I've actually learned how to cook, and I feel like I have more confidence in my abilities in the kitchen. So
that is all I've heard about HelloFresh. Like, they make anybody a chef.
Yeah, like they give you a recipe that is pretty much foolproof. Like, there's been it's not foolproof. I've definitely fucked up some of these recipes, but I've learned from it, and I feel like I'm kind of growing my horizons as a culinary artiste.
Yeah.
So I've been posting like photos. This is a fun little thing that's been happening in our secret Discord. So you posted a photo of your meat browning skills the other night.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that I was cooking at the same time, and I was like, I'm making flautas. And then I posted that picture, and then Ismail's like, I'm making steak and potatoes, and he like posts his picture of his food. So I'm really enjoying that everyone's just posting food pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the flautas were like super good, and I was not confident at all about them. I was like, I fucked this up because I put the beans in like the wrong application. They were supposed to go in one pot, and I put them in a different pot, and I thought I'd fucked it up. But then at the end, I was like, these are actually really pretty and something you might see in a Mexican restaurant. So I felt proud.
Yeah. Well, good.
So what's your second rose?
I have a feeling you know what my second rose is.
Is it me?
I mean, you're always a rose to me.
Okay.
No, I got my PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah, of course.
I was like, I just really didn't think that would happen in this year once everything started going down, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't even sure if they were going to come out this year. So, I just cannot believe that I actually snagged one, and now I'm just ready to go for whenever games finally come out, since nothing's out for it still.
Uh-huh.
And I really still haven't touched it, which kind of sucks.
You still haven't?
I mean, kind of. I mean, maybe if we move and stabilize, then things will be better and I can play with it.
Yeah.
But I'm just thankful that I got one, because there are a lot of people that cannot find one and that deserve one as well, you know?
Yeah,
with
some
all these
people who are not
scalpers and shit.
Motherfuckers.
So, I feel like we could do our thorns kind of in just a 3-2-1, and it would be the same thing almost.
Yeah, it's exactly the same, honestly.
So, I mean, my biggest thorn would be toast.
Yeah, Zoe for me.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other thorns in the year of 2020, but I feel like thorn implies what's the one that like really stabbed you, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was just it's kind of the worst time for any of that to happen. Like, it's so hard to lose an animal, but like, I don't know, man, the way that we lost Zoe just fucking sucked. Like, she got sick. So quarantine started officially in like March in the United States, and then in April Zoe, started getting sick and like throwing up, and like mid-April we took her to the vet, and it was like 2 months solid of vet visits because we found out
I remember all that stuff.
Yeah, we found out that she had cancer, and we were giving her like so many different medicines and trying different things, just taking her like weekly to the vet and spending so much money just trying to keep this poor baby alive and with us, and nothing was making her better. So, in the end, we just had to say goodbye. But like, it was so difficult to go through that, not alone because I had Richard, but like,
still to just go through it,
and to not be able to like go over to my parents' house and just get a hug, like, not be able to have friends over to take my mind off of it. Like, it was all that we could do. Just we just lived and cared for her until she passed on.
Yeah, I mean, I was really afraid because, you know, they don't really let people into doctor's offices right now.
Right.
So, like, my brother had back surgery this year, and, you know, nobody got to go inside with him.
That sucks.
He just, like, had to be dropped off, go get surgery, and then, like, come out, you know?
Yeah.
And they're doing that a lot for vets, too, so I was really thankful that at least we got to be there with him when we did his thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how I could have handled it if I wasn't able to be there.
Yeah, I would not have been able to do it if it was just, like, pass the carrier to the vet and leave. Like, I wanted to be there for everything.
It's been quite a thorny time.
Sure has.
For us in that respect. But when you finally get past every rose in its thorn, you get a nice bud.
Yeah.
What's your bud?
So my bud, this is gonna be cheesy as hell, but it's you, man.
Well, guess what? That's my bud.
I'm gonna cry.
My bud was, I'm getting a new job. So I'm actually leaving the, like, kind of part-time one that I had going on.
Yeah.
I'll be going to something a bit more stable, and I'm looking forward to being able to really dig back into this like I once was able to.
Yeah.
So it's my new job, and then making the podcast move forward since we started our Patreon. We've already kind of leveled it up in a way.
Yes.
And it's time to just keep it building, so...
Yeah, I'm just really proud of, like, everything that we've built together this year, and I'm looking forward to just making it even better and getting more people. Like, I was so scared to launch a Patreon. Like, I was afraid that...
I know you were.
Nothing was going to happen with it. We would look like fools, but it's like we got, like, immediate attention from our closest friends, which is, you know, super supportive, and I just feel like we're really doing something together.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really just hoping to win the lottery, and then I can just do this all the time.
That's our real bud. We can just win the lottery, right?
I mean, it's at like 400 million right now, so...
Jesus.
I'm like, just come on, please. Please. Oh, man. See, I was really not sure what your bud was going to be. I thought I was going to catch you off guard with the, like, it's you, man, I love you.
I love you, man. No,
So.
I've been, like, in my feels about this podcast, and so this kind of ties into, we just played Journey together on our stream. In real time, it was last week, but for you guys listening to this, it's a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
And I actually watched it back today just to kind of see the chat and stuff that I missed. And seeing myself kind of in third person go through this journey that I went through, I saw a lot of just my internal fears really magnified, and like the whole time I was so afraid that I was going to disappoint my buddy.
Yeah.
And it really, I don't know, it brought it back to just me as a person. Like, I'm so afraid of disappointing other people. I'm so afraid of disappointing you sometimes. I'm just like, I got to be the best version of myself for this podcast all the time, and I have to do 110%. And just the fear of being a disappointment is what pushed me forward through Journey. And then,
you gotta ask Taylor. I'm always like, geez, I gotta, like, step up to Kelsey's level. Like, there's no possible way that you are anything close to disappointing me in this show.
Thank you.
But actually, so Taylor was in the chat some, but had to jump out because she was working and was, like, driving home and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So she missed the ending.
Oh my God. Did you tell her what happened?
Well, yeah, and she's like, what? And I was like, I mean, I can show you because it's on YouTube now.
Yeah.
So I pulled it up and she cried.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it again today and I was like, it's not going to hit me as hard. And I was just sitting there, like, clutching my chest. Like, I can't believe this happened to me.
I actually watched that clip at least twice a day.
It's so good. I can't even.
I just can't believe. Okay, if you watch it, it's like he was already in there waiting.
He was. I kind of...
Because as soon as his name popped up, He wrote the message.
Yes. So I feel like actually he had been in the chat perhaps since the start, because like watching through it
Or something.
when I was watching it back, I noticed I would be like, "Where's my buddy? Where's my buddy?" And then he would call out. So I think that he was like actually responding to me.
Yeah.
So I think he'd been there
Oh
the
man,
entire time.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it now.
Yeah. So I really super highly recommend you guys, if you haven't watched our Journey stream. I guess we kind of spoiled it, but so the whole thing of Journey is that you get a second player to play the game with you, and you can't communicate with them except through like just a musical note that you play, a little chirp. And at the very end of the game, it tells you you've been playing with this person. And the second that popped up, he actually like wrote in chat, "Thank you for being on this journey with me." So he had been there the entire time, like watching. I mean,
God.
If you want to have some emotions, like go watch that stream. It was,
I mean, just to like actually meet your person, and then we talked to him for like an hour.
Yes, and he recommended a YouTube channel, somebody called, or not a YouTube channel, a Twitch channel, somebody called Stoic Mom.
Yeah.
I went to her channel today and I was like, I'm going to watch her play Journey, but she was playing something else, but it was still fun. It was like a little puzzle game.
So I followed her as soon as he said it, right?
Uh-huh.
He wasn't lying. She streams Journey every day.
Yes.
So I got an email this morning at 5:30 a.m. that said Stoic Mom has started streaming Journey.
That's so...
I mean, she's doing it like all the time.
Yeah.
Think about how much that game must mean for somebody to stream that game every day.
Yeah. I see the appeal of it.
It's like kind of like she gets to be somebody's helping hand in the year 2020, you know?
Uh-huh. And that's her whole personality.
Look at how Snow Prism did stuff for you in just this like 2-hour playthrough of a game, and it still means something to you like 2 weeks later.
It was like a whole therapy session.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've actually gotten
incredible.
a lot of comments that that has been a lot of people's favorite stream.
Really?
A lot of people have talked about how they've cried in it.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff about it. So I'm really proud of that. I just thought I was finally going to get to have you play a game I've been talking about for a while. I didn't think it would
so
like
much more.
Yeah, I didn't think it would turn into almost like a crowning moment of the show, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you would talk about the best of, that's probably number one.
Oh yeah. That's my best of this year for sure.
I mean, of just the show in general. It's like the Journey stream, Horse or Apple is like number 2. You know? What a year.
What a year. Yeah. What a year. That's all we can really say.
I'm just hoping for a lot more next year. A lot more in good ways. Like, I'm just hoping for more, not like more of 2020 stuff.
Yeah, no more 2020, please. 2021 better be just a much different beast.
I already feel like the winds are changing.
I hope so.
I mean, the like mail incident alone made me go like, you know what? They're still good in there. They're still good out there somewhere.
Right.
I don't think it's all. I mean, I really think next year's going to turn around. I really do.
I think so too. And I think that as long as all of us think that, we can work toward it together.
Yes. So, you know, we did the whole Journey thing, just got me all feeling. And then I saw your Rose Thorn Bud thing. And I just got a quick question for you, kind of inspired by my TikTok guy that I watch.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to ask, are you happy? Because this year has been such a thing. I wanted to know, when's the last time you were happy? And I can tell you mine.
I think you should go first if you have like a specific moment in mind.
I do, and I know when the last time was that I felt... So like I was saying to somebody else before, I'm not talking like happy... Because, like, when we played Journey, I was happy. I was happy that, you know, Snow Prism showed up. That's, like, amazing, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not, like, happy in general. I'm happy right there.
Yeah, you can experience happiness, but just the sustained being happy.
Yeah. But in the state of being happy, I was actually driving somewhere the other day. So Tim, Remember Tim
I do.
from the show? He hadn't listened in like 20 billion years.
Fuck off, Tim. Come on.
He's moving,
Oh.
and he goes, "Hey, I found these old like collectible games. You want them?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want them!" Right? So I was driving out to his place to collect these free games, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I just need something to just drive to mindlessly. I didn't want like real music, like with songs and like lyrics and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, what do I have in my playlist? And I was like, you know what? I haven't listened to that one in a while. So I put on the Streets of Rage soundtrack.
Okay.
Just cause it was in there from, you know, however long ago that was. And it started playing, and I just kind of got like, you ever like hear something and you kind of remember the feeling of a time and place when that was going on?
Yeah.
You know? So I was listening to that soundtrack, and it was like back in March, right before we really got quarantined and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Doom had come out. I was playing Streets of Rage just because it was on Game Pass, and I remember I was sitting in this chair right where I am right now, and like Taylor was back there. It was just like a Sunday afternoon. You know, the sun was shining in. Taylor was just doing her own thing, and I was like, life was good. And I was like, that's the last time that I remember actually thinking in my own brain, man, I'm like really happy right now. It was like March of this year, right? I mean, that sounds really cliche because it's like right before quarantine happened, you know?
Right. But truly, I mean, that's...
But I mean, right after that, that's when like my job really started to tank. And then, you know, I didn't have the job, and then other stuff was happening. And then like now I'm trying to find one again. And it's just like been a whole string of events since March.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting in this chair and having that washed over feeling. You know, the air inside my lungs was the same as the outside of my lungs, you know?
Right, yeah.
I was in a state of status quo, and I was happy. I was just happy.
Yeah.
March of this year was the last time I remember being just happy. So, I wanted to pose that question to you, and also to all of you out there listening. I know it's been a horrible year. I've talked about tragedy on a previous podcast, you know, but just let me know the last time you remember just sitting there and being like, I'm happy. You could be happy right now, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying like you can't be happy because we're in the middle of a pandemic, because that's fine. You could be quarantined at home, happy and stable, and you're just good, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. If you're like, I'm happy right now, fucking kudos. Like, that is amazing. To be happy like that, you know?
Yeah.
The goal's not if you're happier than somebody else during something, just can you be happy? Everybody needs to find a happiness, you know?
For sure.
Can you recall a time that you remember just thinking to yourself, I'm really happy?
There's been like plenty of times over the past few months where I've felt, you know, just that shot of happiness. Just that like...
Yeah.
Just being happy in the moment, but like with the undercurrent of everything that is happening right now, it's hard to really say that I was truly at my core happy and satisfied.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, so the thought of you enjoying the music in the chair and Taylor being with you, like that's definitely like a good fleeting happiness feeling for me. And I can identify moments like when Snowprism drew me that big snow heart. I felt that big shot of happiness. Whenever I reached my gold border in Overwatch and all my friends cheered for me and we celebrated together, that was a good happy moment. But I think like the last time that I felt like the air outside of my lungs was the same as the air inside of my lungs, I want to say it's my 30th birthday when I was out in Baltimore with Richard. We had taken a little vacation for my birthday, and so I had just gone through like the worst sickness I've had in my life. Like, it was real bad. You remember me being very, very sick for several months, and like I couldn't.
Was like, is this podcast going to continue?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna die for some time there. Like, not gonna lie, I thought it could be the end for me. But like,
Yeah.
I had a horrible like infection in my gut somewhere, and the doctors couldn't find it, and it took for fucking ever. I couldn't eat stuff for like months, so I had just gotten off of like my final round of antibiotics, and I was like fully clear and able to eat food again. And so we went to Baltimore, and there's this restaurant there that's called, I think it's called Amy's.
Okay.
I'm not sure on the name of it. It's so fucking good. It's like this breakfast brunch place. And for my birthday, we went and I got this like huge piece of French toast. It was like stuffed with this gingerbread pudding, and a whole fucking gingerbread cookie was stuck in the toast.
You know what? I actually remember you telling me about that cookie.
My God, dude. Like, it came out and I felt like so deliriously happy, like a child that had just seen a puppy for the first time. Like, they set that plate of toast down in front of me, and I was there at this like nice, warm, crowded restaurant. It was like sleety, slushy, snowy, rainy outside, and it was my birthday. My husband's there with me. Everybody's like happy around us. You know, you remember the feeling of like a crowded restaurant where like the patrons are all just enjoying food together, face to face. Do you remember that feeling? That is the last time that I felt just deliriously, perfectly happy. That fucking gingerbread French toast. So good.
See, I mean, it just sucks that we can't even say it's been like months from now, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's, you know, almost like a year ago.
Yeah.
What a state 2020 has put us in then.
Yeah, but I mean, those are our roses. We've been through our thorns. We got nothing but buds for the future.
That is true. Well, are you ready to prune this rose bush?
You ready to blossom?
Hey guys, please tell your friends about us. Help us grow this audience. You guys have helped us become what we are today. You've pushed us to be better hosts, and we want to be better and better for you guys. We want to be better for the masses. Don't forget to subscribe to us on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. We release weekly every Monday. We hold to that. That is like our Men's Warehouse guarantee, okay? We release weekly every Monday. We guarantee it. Hardcore. If you like what we do, you want to see us grow into something bigger, you want us to reach more people, please go out and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. That is the gold standard of ratings for podcasts. That would really help us get noticed more and be able to reach tons of more people and share this content with you guys.
And while you are out there giving us a 5-star rating, you can also find us and friend us on pretty much every social media site. We are at YMBTOAP, and that stands for You Must Be Thinking of Another Podcast. We are there on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We are also now on Patreon, which we've been telling you guys about incessantly for the last month. If you do love what we do and you want us to keep on doing it, we really would love it if you would consider supporting us there. You can support us for as little as $2 a month. You get access to our fancy Discord community and to our exciting hangout that's going to be happening in just a couple of days. You can also upgrade to a $5 a month membership if you want to do our patron-exclusive YouTube reviews. We do one of those every single month, and sometimes we get emotional. We have a good time together.
Yeah. You know, just hearing you do the ending, I just remember when we used to talk about this thing. Because me and Kelsey would just... Well, you and I would just talk, and you were always like, we should just do what we normally just do, but just on a podcast. And we were talking names for, like, the longest time.
Yeah.
And it was just like, we couldn't really pinpoint what we were about or what we would call it, because it was always such different random stuff that we talked about. And I was just like... playing around like, well, you must be thinking of another podcast because it's never going to be the same as the last one.
Yes.
And now to see that it has a Patreon and people come to our live shows and like crave the crack, you know?
Yes. Oh my God.
I truly appreciate you guys. And I mean, this was just too two friends literally just talking random shit at work every day, and now we just talk about it for you guys, and it's so much fun, and we love you guys for it.
Yeah, I don't know why you want to listen to us, but I'm so happy that you do. If you guys want to send us a nice little email, you can do so at ymbtop@gmail.com. I would love to hear your Rose Thorn Bud. What happened to you this year? Tell me all about your 2020.
I also just want to know if you can remember the last time being happy.
Yeah.
Our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. You can check him out on YouTube. He always makes me happy.
Yes.
He has the coolest songs on there. I hope he makes you happy as well. And as always, thanks for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Would you let Tom Cruise yell at you? I'd love for him to yell at me. Of course you would.
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
It would be super weird if you could farm in Animal Crossing because, like...
Animals live with you?
Yeah. Let's see, if you have, like, little sheeps to shear their wool would be a bit more of an affront.
And then the little sheep person's all like, what are they doing?
I'm naked. Why am I so cold? Why have you done this?